entertainment, gist, and everything YouTube. It's at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Yes, you can join the live stream and you can also be part of the conversation on WhatsApp. You can send your messages, thoughts, and of course, any opinions you might have on the stories we'll be talking about today. The WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. Joining me this morning is Irabor, is it 6'4", 6'5"? I can't remember again.
6'4".
6'4". Yes, the 6'4" giant himself, the Omas of Nigeria. Even though Omas is taller, Omas of WWE is taller. Anyway, joining me this morning is Irabor. Of course, a very good morning to you, Irabor.
Good morning, Chairman. How is everything?
Well, very well, thank you. You know, we're trying with the whole petrol increase and everything. Huh?
Yeah,
No, be small
it is
thing.
well.
It is well. It is well. It is very well. All right, let's begin this morning. Let's talk about Burna Boy, who has set a new record for African artists, and he has officially sold out the London Stadium ahead of his Love Damini Stadium concert in London. Of course, the London Stadium, which is home to West Ham United, and it's an amazing feat. You know, he has become the first and only African artist to completely sell out an 80,000 capacity stadium in London. I mean, 80,000 sold out.
Yes.
And that is wild.
He's definitely walking to the bank laughing all the way. And I'm so happy for him. And anybody who is coming for Burna Boy, you know, with regards his attitude, with what happened in December, should try to compartmentalize, you know, separate several things from what it is, you know, as a whole sometimes. This is a great feat. As an artist, any artist in the world really will be happy to be able to do that, or any comedian, any performer, basically, any entertainer. So for Burna Boy to have been able to do this, it's a long time coming. From his first single, you know, people like to party and party. I don't know if I remember that lyrics very well.
I remember that one.
Yeah, you know, coming to what it is today, you know, the consistency, you know, having a management that has stayed true to make sure that he's getting to this point, you know, winning a Grammy, getting nominated again, winning several awards in Africa and abroad. You know, I mean, for him to culminate with this is not even, you know, going to be the last we hear of Burna Boy or any Nigerian artist selling that many tickets. So as it is, it's just for him to improve on it. It's for other artists to use this as encouragement to push the envelope further. And it's a great feat, really. I mean, if you're going to multiply 80,000 by the amount per ticket, per the different categories, whether it's VIP or, you know, anything, you know, it's a lot of money. So I'm happy for him. I pray that the concert and every other concert he's going to do moving forward, it's a success, because at the end of the day, it's great PR for Nigeria.
Oh, it
because
is.
When you have your exports doing well, no matter, you know, the negative PR that we still have from what's going on in Nigeria and everything that's going on outside, this type of thing is a great thing for us. You know, so shout out to Burna Boy and his entire team. Yes, nobody should come for him, or nobody should come for him for all that happened last year. But for this one, let's just celebrate him.
Oh, trust me. People will always find a reason to come for one person for one flimsy reason or another, whether or not it's warranted. You know how human beings tend to be, and you know it's really good to see you know our Nigerian artists grow in this way, and of course get to a level where they sell out such arenas. I know Wizkid has done something like that as well, sold out O2 Arena, not as big as London Stadium. I'm not able to compare them in size, but I'm just looking at the global impact, the level to which you know Nigerian artists have grown. I mean, 20, 25, 30 years ago, this would have been a pipe dream. It would have been a pipe dream. In fact, I remember back then, if you were listening to Nigerian music, you were looked at with a certain eye that what exactly is wrong with you? You know, it's all about the hip hop and the R&B back then at parties. Now you barely hear non-Nigerian music at parties now. It has like gone full circle, more or less, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. And the prayer is that first of all, in Nigeria, we have enough structure and things in place so that, you know, we can be able to have these types of records and, you know, the concerts. And just back to what I was saying about what happened with Burna Boy last year, what concert halls, what kind of structure do we have that we can categorically, say that XYZ amount of people bought tickets, this is the statistics, you can use to measure that and say, yes.
Getting the right data.
Getting the right data, is it National Theatre we're using? Is it, the hotels? Is it, what are we doing? Because it's a whole nother business that we haven't tapped into in Nigeria. That 200 million population hasn't even scratched the surface in terms of what we can make from entertainment and any other sector.
And talking about entertainment, I think we spoke at one time about Nigeria not having a dedicated arena where these kind of concerts can take place. We talk about the convention center in hotels and all that. It's not the most ideal. Are we going to get, or can we get to a point where we have that, in Nigeria for this concert you go to XYZ arena or XYZ stadium? We need to get to that point, right?
Yeah, I don't know why we don't use National Stadium or Teslim Balogun or National Theatre. I would say monuments, for a lack of a better word, they are there. The locations are there. We have the space. But above all, whenever anybody is trying to talk about Nigeria and say, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing this? We need to look inwards. If you look at communications alone, or transportation or logistics in that regard, or just any other thing, electricity, it's not there for you to be able to plan these things, because you need those things to work and be functional continuously. So it's not there. So we have to work at those things, because if you're going to do, for example, I did an event last year in December at the National Stadium Indoor Basketball Court, and I had to power diesel from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that is well over 12 hours.
You can imagine, and how much diesel I would say was. So that amount, you could have used it for something else, or even just paid that amount when you were paying normal venue fee, but you now have additional cost there. You still have to do more logistics. So it's crazy to be able to maintain that kind of thing. So when you now try to put that kind of concept together, it's going to skyrocket the prices, when it comes to tickets. So a lot of things need to be done, but it's not difficult. I'm telling you, nobody should make it, a mountain out of a molehill. Like, it's not difficult to solve these problems.
Definitely something that can be dealt with. Put the right infrastructure in place, and then we are in business. All right, let's move to another story here. Now, this is about Dakore, and she has shared Kekere-Ekun. She has shared her personal battle with postpartum depression and her journey towards recovery. She had an interview on a podcast, and she delved into her mental health struggles and the path she took to overcome them. Now, Irabor, when we talk about celebrities, most times, or those who are in the public eye, we sometimes tend to forget that they are human beings as well, or they're human beings first of all. And we look at them with this superhuman eye that, because they're this person, then other worldly struggles should not affect them, and they should be immune to every other thing out there. But that isn't the case at all. And Dakore has come out to talk about her dealing with postpartum depression.
At the end of the day, whether the person makes $100 million or 100 million naira, or I don't know, whatever amount, whatever standing that person has in society, the person is a human being, like you rightly pointed out. My only issue is when celebrities try all their best to make themselves look like superheroes consciously, then when life hits them, they now, just fall apart. They don't recognize that they're human beings at the end of the day. So there's a distinction. But in this particular regard for Dakore, this is what I believe a majority of women go through. And because of the society where nobody tries to talk about it, everybody wants to wear that cape to be hard guy, hard girl, and not share their problems, which I can rightly understand, because you can't really trust too many people at the end of the day. But if you have a problem, it's best to seek help, so that you're well balanced. Because right now, mental health is a thing that has, seeped into our society. Now it's here to stay, where people work on their fitness levels. People try to eat right. People try to look good. You know, people try to visit, doctors to help them with their mental health and all that. So for Dakore's case, I'm happy that she came out to talk about it because, again, just like you said, celebrities are seen as the superhuman beings. When they see such a celebrity talking about this type of things, that, oh, I went through this, I felt this, I'm going through this, or whatever the case, it allows for those followers to see, oh, wow. So me too, I think I can be relaxed and I can be comfortable in sharing these experiences. And our health sector needs a lot of work, from the most primary things to things like this, which also is still primary, to other things that are not, so primary. But we also need to be very communal personally with our family members because it starts at home. Support system is very, very important. Check on the people you love, not just use this as, oh, Dakore said this, then, oh, that's it. It should be continuous. And big ups to her family for being comfortable in sharing this kind of very sensitive, information.
And I'm talking about being communal and having the right support. I can't think of too many Nigerian actresses or celebrities who have actually dealt with postpartum depression, but I know that at some point Alanis Morissette had to deal with it. Sarah Michelle Gellar, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer for those who were in the early 2000s. Even Chrissy Teigen, that's John Legend's wife, also dealt with postpartum depression. So it's not as if it's something that is that uncommon. It's a common thing, and of course with communal support and the family being there, it's something that can be dealt with. But the important thing to actually take away from this is that at the end of the day, these people have feelings like you and I. You go on social media and you see people making such hurtful comments, not knowing exactly what that person is going through at that time. So you just begin to wonder why people can't be empathetic to the plight
but those people
at some
who
point,
are those people who lash out, those people are going through something. So their own is just basically finding that avenue to lash out and exhaust their own pains. So I've encountered people who troll, or people who, in my own little way, maybe you're talking about a Nollywood movie or something, and, some fans or some people, they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But when you now have a conversation with them, you see that most of them are hurting and they're not necessarily into that particular thing that they're lashing out about. They're just using it to vent.
They just want to vent.
Based off of something else that they are going through.
All right, let me go to WhatsApp here. Taya has sent in a message and he says, if stadia were used for other purposes like Burna Boy was allowed, they'll clamp down hard on such an idea. They rather allow it to rot and complain that it's not maintained. Then they'll still come for Burna Boy like they are doing Ruga.
Ruga. Let's leave Ruga's one is different though.
Oh my goodness, let's not get into that right now. Let's not get into that right now. But thank you, Taya, for your message. You can also send your messages in via WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981. You're listening to The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Stick around because the show will continue shortly. Stay with us.
That Ruga, I don't even understand what Ruga was doing. Ruga is.
I saw the video and I said,
and
for me, it wasn't even Ruga, it was the babes for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is the babes. Like they were queuing and waiting for their turn.
So I'll come see my babe on stage like that. Maybe they grab on like bread, like that. Hey.
Yeah, I was just shocked. And they were waiting their turn, like, okay, I'm watching you do this to another woman, and myself, I'm waiting so that you can do it to me. I'm like, where did women empowerment go? It went out the window that night.
Ridiculous. And one thing that these people tend to forget is, from experience, these women come later on and say, oh, I was assaulted. Oh, I was was that. And then it turns into a whole other thing. Court case.
My chairman, this life is a pot of beans. I'm telling you.
A pot of
I can't imagine being a celebrity. See what's going on with Trey Songz now.
and another kettle of fish. But let's go back. All right, welcome back. It is the Grapevine on Smooth 3.1. You love music, love life station. My name is Kekere-Ekun, and with me this morning is Irabor Okosun. We're taking a look at the news making the rounds in the entertainment world, and you can also be a part of the show by sending your messages via WhatsApp on 0809 444 981. All right, let's talk about Tupac. Now, Tupac is going to be posthumously being honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, according to reports, the organization shared the announcement on Wednesday, last Wednesday. Now, according to the outlet, Anna Martinez, a producer for the organization, shared the news via Twitter, and in the tweet, she shared a photo of Tupac with a brief description regarding the upcoming ceremony. About 27 years after Tupac is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Too late, or what's the point?
Both ways. Too late, what's the point? But it's something that should be done. And I thought it would have been at least even 27 years earlier or 29 years earlier, because Tupac was an icon and he had already, amassed a lot of notoriety before his death. Tupac is a trained and seasoned entertainer, performer. He did ballet, poetry, acting.
Many people don't even know that.
Oh, yes, he was well-rounded. And Tupac, to me, just assumed this persona of a gangster, and that's, to me, what led to his demise, in my own opinion. But he just traditionally, naturally, he was that person that was well-trained, and he could have easily just gotten his star, if he was still alive, for whether he's an actor or a musician or a poet or something, so he's that talent, so that anybody can recognize anytime. But them doing it at this point, yes, but it takes me back to Michael B. Jordan or Ludacris, getting their stars this year, and you're wondering, and this is a very unpopular opinion, I don't think it was time to have given Michael B. Jordan a star, for example. And I'm not saying that he wouldn't deserve it eventually. So the debate about certain people getting their stars now or certain people getting their stars before certain other people. Martin Lawrence got his star this year. Martin Lawrence just got his star this year. The Martin Lawrence. So I don't understand what goes on, how they vote. When I was checking it out, I think a certain amount of people are given a star every year. So I don't know what goes into the voting or the process or all that, because there are a lot of people that still don't have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that, that compared to those that already have and haven't really, made a dent in the industry. For example, Ludacris, if you're looking at it musically, yes, he deserves it. But for Tupac, like Tupac Amaru Shakur, the guy that we know, he should have gotten that star way before now. But the fact that he's being honored at this point, posthumously, we might add, it's still not a problem at the end of the day, just another feather in the hat.
Just another feather in the hat. And talking about Tupac, you mentioned his gangster persona and all that. I remember seeing videos of him when he was younger, when he was much younger, and he was this calm, very idealistic young man. And I don't know, can we say that it was the music or the idea behind the music that kind of drove that persona, or did he just or was it a function of his environment?
It could be function of environment, it could be function of branding, it could be function of positioning, it could be function of the people around him. Let me use an example. A lot of people may not be basketball fans, but there's a certain player, anybody can Google it. His name is Ja Morant. I think he's about 22, 23. He's a young father.
Ja.
This guy, Ja. So Ja comes from a middle average family that, they took him to private school. He wasn't a gangster. But now Ja Morant is flashing guns on social media, trying to act gangster, trying to just have this persona. So it begs to ask the question, what is the problem? Who are you trying to be gangster for? You earn $200 million plus over 5 years, just based off of salary contract minus, endorsement. So what are you doing with a gun? Like someone like me, for example, if I was earning a certain amount of money, see, I'll just only be on Grapevine every Tuesday. That's all. You're not going to see me on social media.
And then lock up.
And I would just, you would not even know what is going on. You understand? So I don't understand where this comes from. The need to appeal to a certain, demography or certain culture that is negative. I love hip hop. I love rap. No, it's not the music. The music is passionate. You see that in Tupac. He's not the most coordinated lyricist in the sense, but he doesn't have that delivery of Biggie. He doesn't have the flow of Jay or the hooks of 50 or something. But he's passionate. You'd see it in his music. So I mean, it's just sad that we couldn't see how far Tupac would have gone, talent-wise, whether it's musically or as an actor or otherwise.
And really quickly, let me just touch on Ja Morant, because I want to believe it's village people. I can't think of too many things that could be wrong, because I mean, the first time I think he was suspended by the NBA.
Yeah, 8 games,
and then he was caught some slack, and he repeated the incident. I think on another live or something.
Yeah,
and I began to ask myself, what is it with this boy and flashing guns up and down, for goodness sake?
But now the funny thing is, anybody can do those things, in the comfort of their home. Now, the person who was holding the camera, it wasn't Ja Morant, it was his friend. They were in a car.
Yes.
So now it's a function of the people you surround yourselves with. Because if those people do love you, because if I have a friend who is earning $200 million, I am protecting that person. Because do you understand what I'm saying? So I want to be carrying the phone, flashing the phone, going on Insta. What am I doing on Instagram Live if I'm worth $200 million, for Christ's sakes? Anyway.
Anyways, we hope he gets his head straight. All right, moving on to our next story here. Now, Dwayne Johnson, yes, otherwise known as The Rock, is officially returning to the Fast and Furious franchise. He made the announcement on social media on Thursday, saying that he's 100% confirming that his character of Luke Hobbs is back in the mix, and thanked audiences for their support and excitement surrounding his surprise cameo in Fast 10, which hit theaters in May. Irabor, is this a positive development, negative development? I mean, are you in any way moved by the fact that Hobbs is going to be coming back?
First of all, let's put it out there. Dwayne Johnson is a solid actor. Let's really just put it out there. First of all,
many would disagree.
Yeah, he's a better actor than Will Smith. I dare say it. Yeah. Ooh, so
they will come for you.
Yeah, let them come for me. So, but my point now is, anybody that has an issue with his acting prowess should check it. But at the end of the day, if you have Dwayne Johnson on any movie franchise, that movie is bound to make box office numbers. But at this point of his career, with the movie Black Adam falling, below expectation, Dwayne Johnson needs this for his career to keep it going. I'm not saying it's dwindling. I'm just saying it needs to keep going, because Dwayne Johnson is, or still should, maybe previously was, the box office king, highest paid actor and all that. For the Fast and Furious franchise, people calling for it to end, people wanting it to just stop. Why is Fast X even being released? Dwayne Johnson had a cameo appearance in Fast X, and there was beef between Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson at a point. Even what's his name, Tyrese, and I think a bit of Ludacris. Now they are seeing that it would make a lot of sense to really explore what Dwayne Johnson was trying to do in 2019, with Hobbs and Shaw, trying to have a spin-off, just like they did with Tokyo Drift at a point with Bow Wow and co. They've lost Paul Walker. So if they want to keep this franchise going, they need to look into different ways of exploring spin-offs, so that they can now try to figure out how they can bring another Fast 11 or something, if they're ever going to bring it. So they need to explore different storylines. And if you have a box office king such as Dwayne Johnson, on there, why not just capitalize on it? And you have Jason Statham as well, so they can bring more people. They have Jason Momoa also. So it's a franchise that they can keep going. If my own opinion on all this is, let the story make sense. I'm a story guy. I don't care, whatever technical things you want to add to your film. If your story isn't good, please don't even do it. So Dwayne Johnson, I look forward to seeing what they're going to explore.
All right. So all the CGI and all that doesn't move you in any way if the story is a dud.
Nah, doesn't.
All right, there's a message here from Tayo. Tayo says, I hope there's space for upcoming celebrities like me and Portable on the Walk of Fame. Tayo, really? Do you dance? Do you sing? Do you, recite poetry? Which one do you do exactly? I would really love to know why you think you deserve a spot on the Walk of Fame. All right, let's move on here. Now, this one is not really pleasant news. Now, terrifying health details have been revealed regarding actor Jamie Foxx's medical condition after reports claimed he's paralyzed and blind following a clot in his brain. Now, in the last couple of weeks, there has been a lot of speculation about Jamie Foxx's health condition. The public not knowing what's been going on, his family keeping things very private, and this coming out now, not good news at all.
Not good news at all. Again, Jamie to me is the most talented person in Hollywood that I've ever seen. In my own opinion. I mean, he's a singer, he's an actor, he's a rapper, he does everything. He's a comedian, he's a dancer. Look, Jamie is it, But for the family to have been very secretive about this information, it goes to show that yes, really, really, really something bad happened. So they're just trying to manage the situation, probably hoping for the best. So at this point, a lot of speculation would definitely be coming out because nobody has confirmed information from the source, the family themselves. So it's only just your thoughts and prayers that Jamie really needs at this point, But if all said and done, whatever the turnout, whatever the situation, Jamie is made for life. I don't think his family would ever suffer. But I don't think Jamie is done yet, in my own opinion, because there's a lot of movies, there are a lot of things for Jamie to still do. I think as an actor, Jamie didn't really explore too much as an actor because he's that great. He didn't really explore too much. Yes, he had Ray, he won an Oscar for a best actor, but I don't think Jamie really tapped into that acting proper, where he explored a myriad selection of roles. So I hope for the best that he can come back, full health completely, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, we really hope so. Now, Irabor, I mentioned earlier that they would come for you for that Dwayne Johnson comment. There's a message here from Kufu. Kufu says, did your guest just say Dwayne Johnson is a better actor than Oscar-winning Will Smith? Nah. Yeah. What awe-inspiring performance has Dwayne had? Brother, please.
Okay. All right. So now, let me even ask this question. If you take out what was the name of that movie? King Richard?
King Richard.
Right? Okay, take out King Richard. Then maybe you'd probably take out Pursuit of Happiness. What else has Will Smith done in terms of acting? Emphasis on the word though, acting. So now the reason I'm saying Dwayne Johnson is a better actor because I've watched several Dwayne Johnson movies. There was even this movie, Why Did I Get Married 2? I'm still expecting Why Did I Get Married 3 from Tyler Perry. I don't know why they haven't done it because they gave us this cliffhanger of Janet Jackson and Dwayne Johnson meeting at the parking lot or something, them having a relationship or whatever. I know Dwayne Johnson is a good actor, but the thing is, when you're in Hollywood, you either pick show business or, artistry. So Dwayne Johnson went the show business way and he's making box office hits. But to me, I don't think that would cover my eyes from seeing that the guy is a great actor. Will Smith had the breadth and the opportunities to explore acting. He too went the box office route and he had a lot of box office failures in terms of the quality of the movie, not it making money, just like with AY. AY has great box office films, but if you look at the films, a lot of people wouldn't like the films. A lot of people like you and myself, that kind of thing. So if you see it really, remove sentiment, remove Fine Boy, remove all the every that you want to remove.
Let's just look at the substance itself.
Just look at the substance itself. I wouldn't rate Will Smith as that actor, he's not Denzel. Even in my own opinion, let me go further. If Don Cheadle had a Denzel face, Denzel wouldn't stand near Don Cheadle just based off of acting. Just acting, if you get what I'm saying. So a lot of things come together to help you in life, which is why I'm so happy that I have tall parents. Because if not for this height, something, we never really know. So a lot of things work for people. So that's my own opinion. If Don Cheadle had a Denzel face, I don't think Denzel, would meet Don Cheadle when it comes to acting. Yeah, so I would still pick Dwayne Johnson over Will Smith in terms of acting. But if I'm casting, of course, I'll pick Will Smith, if you get what I mean.
All right, let me take 2 messages before we call it today. Tyre says, if we take out these movies from Will Smith, he's still higher than Dwayne Johnson that did Jumanji wearing the same costume in different films. Another one here, Tokoni Douglas says, Jamie Foxx hasn't really explored his acting prowess. He has one of the most diverse catalogs, and then his magnum, Ray.
Let that person please mention all the movies that he thinks that Jamie Foxx has done that makes up for exploring the acting prowess.
Well, we can do this all day, Irabor, but we really have to call it a day on the Grapevine. Time has flown by. You know how time flies when you're having fun. Yes, we're at that point. So thank you so much, Irabor Okosun, for joining me.
My pleasure, always
on the Grapevine. It was great having you and having great conversations.
All right.
You have yourself a great day.
Yeah, take care, man. Bye.
All right. And yeah, we come to the end of the Grapevine, always entertaining and a hoot and a half, as I love to say, as always. Meanwhile, Lagos at 9 o'clock, we'll get talking